been hanging?
Pretty good, man. Staying busy. We've actually been the heaviest touring band in the U.S. so far, from at least in the scene.
Oh, wow.
We've stayed busy, man.
Yeah, I saw you've been going quite a bit across Texas, still just keeping busy. I know most other artists kind of shut down. What made you keep going?
Man, I've got a great team behind me, and we were able to go in and find places where we could safely spread people out.
Right.
Social distance. Everyone wears masks, and we had to find a way to keep the business open.
Right.
Keep guys fed, man. I got guys in my band that got families, and we gotta work. So we had to figure out a way to do it safely. And honestly, it's been great, man. As hard as 2020's been on everybody, a lot of the live shows were just, it was a big sigh of relief for fans, and even people that aren't, even fans of us that just came to the shows. It's just live music is a sigh of relief, man. It's something people need.
Right. Music is medicine, they say. So
Yeah,
have you been with anybody else or just kind of on your own?
We've had some, we brought in some openers on some stuff. For the most part, everything was headline.
Right.
I think we did a couple joint shows with Aaron Watson.
Okay. And was Tristan Mraz joining you earlier in the year?
We've had Tristan kick off a lot of the shows. He kicked off a few in the front half. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. He hadn't done a whole lot with us here recently, but
yeah,
he's a good kid.
I was talking to him about a month ago, and he was saying they shut it down completely in September. He's been focusing on his new album. So
yeah, which is a good move for him too.
Right.
So it's different for everybody. For us, live music's our bread and butter. So we can focus on live recording while also playing live. So for us, we just try to stay trucking, man.
Right. So about a month ago, you put out your new EP, collection of 4 songs. Why those 4 songs? What made you pick those 4?
We actually had those 4 already lined out back in the first half of the year. It's supposed to be, so we recorded them in the fall, and they were supposed to be released in the spring, summer. Mm-hmm. But obviously COVID hit and pushed everything back. So for us, it was, it's kind of nice to a point. We kind of got to regroup and recoup and recollect our thoughts on the project. And my sister passed back in April, and we only had 3 songs. It was just the front half of the EP. "I'll Fly Away" wasn't on there.
Okay.
And we took the concept of the first 3, just basically being tied really deep into my personal life with some of the things that I just went through and struggled through growing up, and all the way to the how I first started out my career. It was struggles, and my sister tied pretty deep into all that.
Right.
And so when she passed, I was sitting in her Jeep out of my dad's place, just reflecting on everything and trying to come up with something to say to my fans to let them know that I was going to take a little bit of a break off social media. Mm-hmm. And the idea for the EP came to me right then. I mean, all 3 songs were already tied into me. They were tied into her. I wanted to name the EP Leanna because it didn't have a name to it yet. It didn't have a name for the project. It was just a concept of, hey, these are things that have happened in my history. And everything from the artwork to all 3 songs, and then the fact that I also wanted to put "I'll Fly Away" on their full band. Right. It all just came to me right there, man, and I knew it was what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, right. And it's been going over very well, so that's good.
Well, thank you.
Favorite song from your new EP, Leanna?
Probably "Hey Moon," man.
Okay.
It's just we aimed for a very Keith Whitley, like late 80s, early 90s sound. And I'm a massive Keith Whitley fan. So to aim for that, it's a high bar to set. But hell, I think we nailed it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's got old school with a little bit of new flair to it. And I wrote that song with a guy named Mark Nessler. I don't know if you know Mark Nessler. He wrote "Just See You Smile," living well. Man, I love that song. I love I love the twist on it. It's not a typical love song. You know, you think when it starts out that it's, uh, you know, you're singing to your lover, but you're actually singing. It's a man singing to his daughter, man.
Right.
The fact that he can't be around her drives him crazy.
And now you mention it with Keith Whitley and kind of comparing that to Hey Moon, and just, I kind of has a similar sound to When You Say Nothing at All by Keith Whitley. Now that I think of it,
Yeah.
I just like started playing it through my head. I was like, what song is that? And I was like, that's definitely When You Say Nothing at All. Kind of that same, the melody or something is very similar.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they does have a little bit of that When You Say Nothing at All similarity to it. But
Yeah, I guess you kind of nailed it there, I guess. So then, as a songwriter, do you have a bunch of songs stored up? Like you said, you've been sitting on those 3 other songs for a while. So do you have a bunch more songs that you've written and just haven't appeared on any projects yet?
yeah, man, I've been writing since college, but I've been going back and forth to Nashville since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably got somewhere around 80 to 100 songs just in the last probably 2 years, maybe 3.
Okay.
And I've only got a lot of songs. You know, they're not all winners, but
Right.
I'm probably sitting on about 30 that I'd really like to record. So we're in a good position. And we've gone in and we've cut 8 more songs to create a full length record, and we'll probably add a couple off the EP, maybe 1 or 2 off the EP from 2019. So we'll see what happens, man. We got a lot of things.
Maybe a new album this year.
Man, I'm not going to guarantee it.
Right.
But, I mean, it's
Possibility.
it's almost done. So I think towards the maybe third quarter we'll start teasing and releasing some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, man. You never know with the government and COVID. So
right. Yeah. And the way you're talking, it sounds like you have enough material to do a double, quadruple album, maybe even.
Yeah, definitely not going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you said they're not all good, but definitely enough, I guess, for a double album if you have 30 songs that you're wanting to record and stuff.
Oh, you gotta have an arsenal, man. You know, when Alan Jackson first got signed to his record deal, he walked in with a Walgreens sack of demos of songs that he had written, and I mean, hell, he had songs that went all the way to his 3rd, 4th record that was in that bag. You know, so I mean, you got to have an arsenal of material.
That's what I really admire about Alan Jackson is how many of his own songs that he's written and stuff.
Yeah, man.
He's always been a guy that's just, and he like keep him so personal and stuff, like Drive and stuff. That one's just literally right about his life and stuff, his family, his past, with his daughters and stuff, and very personal. So then, who have you been collaborating most with in terms of songwriting?
It just depends, man. We try out different guys to see what kind of different vibes we can create. But I've got my go-tos.
Right.
You know, again, Mark Nessler, and he's teamed up with Tony Martin to write both those songs, and I was able to sit in the room with them and write a few that I love. And Brandon Kinney, kind of my go-to on that. I wrote "Keep Her on the Line" with him. I don't think I wrote anything off this EP with him, but we got a lot of stuff coming out that I've written with Brandon. Bryce Long, he's one of them. So I got some good go-tos, man. There's some great writers up there in Nashville for sure.
Do you spend most of your time and then still in Texas? Correct?
Man, honestly, I bounce back and forth between Nashville and Texas quite a bit, man. I don't really have a home. I got a storage unit.
Okay.
I go wherever I need to go to make it work, man.
So do you have a home in Texas still, or do you just go back?
Nope.
Okay.
I just go back and forth, man. You know, in 2015, I moved out of my rental house, moved into my pickup, and so I could save every dollar I had to put into my work financially. And honestly, it's that mindset, that mind frame has really worked well for me.
Right.
As far as just being dedicated to my music. So don't really have a permanent place yet, but we're looking.
Kind of the hard living nation mentality, I guess.
Yeah, we come by that, honestly.
Yeah. So then on your new EP, on the song Around Forever, you have a song that says, life spins like a Haggard record, goes from good to bad to better. Can you like take me through that lyric, what you mean and stuff there?
You know, I mean, it's the concept of the world spins around, man. Uh, the earth turns, time keeps moving.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Literally, life spins. It's it's a constant moving of time, and then you know, it's kind of the Kenny Chesney concept of don't blink.
Right.
And for me, I'm just you know, I'm a big Haggard fan,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, it was really fun to try to round things with a Haggard record.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked. So then how would you say your music has changed from your debut self-titled album to your most recent EP here? How's I guess how's it
Um,
evolved really? Or how have you evolved as an artist?
as far as the tracks go, you know, I think it's just a matter of you learn how to do things better in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
You get better at it. You know, this is the self-titled record. That was the first time I'd ever been in the studio in Nashville. I had an EP called Another Bullet that
Right.
I produced and recorded myself in Texas, and I used the rhythm section in my band, and on a couple songs I used my steel player, but for the most part, everything was uh, Texas studio musicians. So the self-titled record, they threw me. My management believed in me enough to throw me to the wolves and set me up with a bunch of the legendary studio cats up in Nashville
Mm-hmm.
in a big time studio, and they let me work. And it was a challenge for me because I'd never done it. And then you know, in Nashville, you're on a hard time constraint. Everything
Right.
is budget,
Right.
time, and you're under a lot of pressure to do it. I mean, hell, we recorded 8 songs in 6 hours,
Wow.
which is pretty well. I mean, that's not a normal thing up there.
Right.
So we, with a lot of this new stuff, we're kind of under the same pressure as far as time goes, but we've spread it out a little bit and we focused a little bit more on the details. And honestly, dude, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Right.
And we brought in Bart Butler and Ryan Gore. Ryan's the engineer, and they both co-produce on it. And I throw my 2 cents in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you hoping to produce still?
Yeah, man. So I mean, they're producing it, but you know that I have a lot of, I get a lot of say in my music, and they're great, man. We just, as a team, we work really well together as far as uh, give and flow and general direction of where the songs need to go.
Right. Right. So then this might be jumping the gun a bit, but I know on your story the other day you put this little clip from some song. So
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of skill on that track. Are we maybe going to get that track or something later this year, possibly?
Yeah, right now that track is just a demo.
Right.
So in order to get it out, I mean, it may end up on the record. We did it just to, it's a song that didn't make the record.
Okay.
And we wanted to give everybody that's involved with the record a chance to hear that song. Because, you know, when you write a song, you're sitting there in the room with somebody and you're writing it's an acoustic guitar.
Right.
And so I record just an acoustic version on voice memos on my iPhone and then turn it in. So a lot of times when people are going through listening to songs for the record, they're just hearing that. So we wanted to give a full concept of what that song can really do the next time around when the people on the higher board are going in listening to songs. So
right.
It sounds great, man. So honestly, I would say not this record, but maybe an EP after the record or in between now and the record. I don't know.
So you already kind of have a vibe or something for your next record?
Yeah.
Can you say it all
yet
or no, not yet?
Do what?
Can you say overall what the general vibe is of it or not yet?
I mean, I don't know really how to define vibe.
Right. The feeling, I guess. Are you going for a certain feeling? Are you shooting for or anything like that?
No, man. I mean, the reason there's a reason we couldn't there's a reason we couldn't pinpoint. Sorry, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, you're
I
good.
lost video. There's a reason that we can't pinpoint. We couldn't pinpoint the self-titled record as far as
Mhm.
uh, a name for it or a vibe, an overall concept.
Right.
With the record, man, it's a reflection of me and who I
Right.
am. Songs I've been writing, and I write songs in different scenarios. I write songs that I've lived or that I've experienced. I write songs that friends of mine have lived. I write their story in the songs. And for the most part, I just try to write stuff that connects to people.
Right.
So there's always, in every song, there's always definitely a piece of me. But
Right.
as far as an overall concept for this next record, it's just mostly a reflection of where I've been for the last 2 years since we dropped the self-titled record.
Okay. So then you touched on this a little bit, but how's the process of like creating music changed for you from you as being an independent artist to now being backed by a label like Warner?
Nothing.
Nothing? Still the same?
No, everybody gets up in arms and gets concerned when you add a piece to the puzzle. Everyone's,
Right.
oh, Nashville's gonna change it. No, man, no, but nothing's gonna change. I've been writing in Nashville for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really think that a town is going to change an artist, you're very misconceived.
Right.
Besides all that, the label that I've got, they believe 100% in what I'm doing, and I wouldn't have signed on to a label if they were talking about changing me in any kind of way.
Right.
The biggest thing that Warner does is they are a very powerful machine.
Right.
They take my music and they put it on all sorts of their platforms, and they know what they're doing with algorithms. They know what they're doing with marketing. They're brilliant at it.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Chris Lacey up there, my A&R rep, is just wonderful with songs, man. She's brilliant on as far as helping us select the songs for the record and what's going to be good for us. And they're a great asset to the
Right.
team, man.
Right. Cody Johnson, I guess, kind of the same mentality when he signed with Warner too. He's like, they finally gave me a deal where they weren't going to change anything. We're just keeping it how it is. So
Yeah,
it was finally the time. So that's what he did.
man.
Same thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if you're always gonna, no matter what you do, if regardless if it's a label behind you
Mm-hmm.
or if it's management behind you or whatever, you're always gonna change.
Right.
I'm not gonna put up the same exact record that I just put out.
Evolving and
That's
evolving.
it's ignorant.
Right.
I wouldn't write the same song twice. So why the hell would I drop the same record twice?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. So you're always going to change, always going to progress, and add a little bit of difference to it, man. And yeah, you just can't be afraid of what people think on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting out music that I love. If you don't love it, that's not really my problem.
Mm-hmm. So then, working with a legend like Garth Brooks, what has that been like?
I love Garth, man. He's incredible. He's such a great dude. Oh man, for being as big of a superstar as he is, he's probably the most humble person I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on two very massive scales.
Right.
To be that big and be that humble, he's a great dude, man. And honestly, he's taught me quite a bit about being genuine and being honest and being humble. And man, he's a goat, man.
Yeah. So how did you get on his radar initially?
When I signed on to my publishing company
Mm-hmm.
in Nashville, 2018, they pitched a few of my songs to him, and that just kind of sparked up a relationship in that aspect. And with my publishing company and him, and he loved my voice, he loved the songs, and one day my publishing company just got the balls to ask him if he'd want to write. And his response was literally, well, yeah, man, if you'd be willing to make the time.
That just
let me move some stuff, Garth.
Right. Yeah, that just goes to show, like you were saying, how humble he is.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just that's a remark of his character, you know?
Right. So then who's been the biggest kind of inspiration for you as an artist? Has it been another artist, someone in your family, someone else?
I mean, definitely Keith Whitley
Okay.
by far, man. I mean, Keith's my biggest influence in all my music. That's why, you know, steel guitar was so heavy in my self-titled record. I didn't
Right.
want to base it around fiddle. I wanted it around steel.
Yeah.
Uh,
I always love
every
more steel.
Yeah, man. A lot of my music's that way. You know,
Right.
I don't base much of my music off fiddle. Bart Butler and Ryan Gore have really uh, pushed me.
Yeah. Didn't you post a fiddle track the other day, something on your
Do
story?
what?
Didn't you post something with fiddle on your story the other day too?
Yeah, yeah,
Working
yeah.
with someone?
We've been putting fiddle in a lot more stuff. But on the self-titled record, you can only find like 2 songs maybe that has fiddle. And yeah, I think just 2 songs, maybe 3 that has fiddle out of all 13. And then even the previous EP with She Gone, Burning to Both Ends, and Hey Cowgirl, there's only Hey Cowgirl has fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. And then out of the EP, I think Everything But I'll Fly Away has
Okay.
fiddle.
Yeah. It's kind of just like you were saying, just keep kind of
Oh, and Hey Moon don't have fiddle.
just keep kind of moving like you were saying. It has steel though. Hey Moon has steel.
Yeah, man. There's just something about hearing that classic steel ride
Yeah.
that makes your hair stand up. You know what I mean? I love it. It just comes. There's so much emotion that comes out of a steel guitar.
I'm with
And
you.
there is 2. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 2 out of a fiddle. Fiddle is never. It was never quite my mindset on songs, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty heavy on from your first EP, The Hard Living Eileen. That one has a lot of steel.
Yeah, man. The Another Bullet EP is one that I think there's out of 5 songs, there's 2, maximum 3. I think there's 3 songs with fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
Another Bullet, Smoking Cigarettes. Oh, I guess it's 4 out of 5. Hard Living Eileen's the only one that don't have fiddle.
Okay. Yeah, that has
I've never realized that.
Yeah, it has all the steel on it though, the nice honky tonk sound to it. That's what.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So then, which artist has inspired you the most? You said Keith Whitley. Has there been any other artists though that have like helped you along the way besides Garth?
I mean, dude, Kojo and Kevin Fowler,
Mm-hmm.
Roger Krager, Aaron Watson. A lot of those guys, man, when we first started out playing music, they took us under their wing and just showed us a lot and showed us the ropes, put us in great opportunities. I mean, Kojo's like, he's like an older brother to me, man. He just, we went on tour with him for like 2 years, just kicking down doors in the Midwest and different markets we've never been to. And he was great and opening those doors for us. And his crew is just top notch, man. We love those guys. We learned a lot from them, honestly. Out of anybody, I would say probably Kojo's crew we've learned the most from.
So then, do you have a favorite career moment so far?
I have a lot of favorite moments, man.
Any moment that's like just kind of made you like, wow, like any show or anything?
The Ryman.
Okay.
Ryman in Nashville. We opened for Kojo there on that one. That was my first time playing in the original home of the Grand Ole Opry, playing where Hank stood. I had all my family there, all our really close friends. They all flew in, drove up. It was just incredible, man. The vibe, the energy. You knew that you were in the right place, doing the right thing, and it was a special moment. Green Hall at the beginning of this year was our very first time playing Green Hall, and we sold it out.
Yeah, about that show, Tristan Mraz said that was his favorite career moment too.
Yeah, man. He kicked
that was his
off
favorite.
Yeah, it was funny, man. We at the beginning of this year, we had 2 different shows tell us that there's basically just try to dog on us, man. You know, somebody, it wasn't anybody that was associated with Green Hall. It was like an outside security person. I think it was even might have even been just an off-duty cop. I'm not sure, but basically they were telling us that we weren't even going to get close just selling out. And we sold out by 7:00 that night. And same thing, Mule Barn, man. We had somebody there telling us, "Oh, you guys won't draw nothing here." And then boom, we sold it out. And man, it's just don't dog on us. Don't count us out.
Good feeling, kind of just then to prove them wrong.
we take it a little bit personal.
Yeah,
we work hard, man.
Yeah, it's like
Kojo's song, Doubt Me Now. Yeah. Do what?
It's like Kojo's one song, Doubt Me Now.
Yeah, man. I mean, why would you ever say that anyway? You know? Like, dude, we've come by, and honestly, over the last 5 years working our tail end off to get the fan base that we've got, man. Really 6 years, I guess now. And we've gone through people telling us no, doors being shut in our face. Mm-hmm. I even had people that were close to me within the organization tell me that I'd never be anything. Tell me that my voice would never up. Tell me that I was never going to be anything more than just a local artist. So yeah, don't count us out.
Right.
Ever.
Right. So I've seen a lot of things online, of comparisons. A lot of people compare your voice to George Strait. What does that mean to you, being compared to the King?
Man, I mean, it's a hell of an honor.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, dude, there's one King of Country. I mean, the guy's had 60 number ones, something like that now.
Like that.
Had a 40-year career. I mean, dude, like, there's only one George Strait. So to be compared to him, it's a high honor. But we're just out here trying to cut our own teeth and make our own path, you know.
Right. Maybe one day you'll be the new King or something.
Well, I mean, I'll be Randall King. It's all in the last name.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So then, what's the best piece of career advice that you've received so far?
I actually heard this from Mike Ryan's crew, and we kind of adapted to it and took it on. 10 or 10,000.
Okay.
Whether there's 10 people in the crowd or 10,000, you treat every show the same. Mm-hmm. Those 10 people can't help that you didn't draw any more than 10 people. They're here they paid, man. They're here to see a show.
I think I've got one more question for you. So what can fans expect from you in 2021?
Man, honestly, more of the same that we've been doing. We're gonna keep doing everything that we can to adjust our live show and make it new, make it fresh, keep that fun, high energy. We got new music still coming out. They just expect more of the honky tonk, man.
Right.
We're still gonna be out there playing shows where we can, keeping it safe. And then once the doors open back up, it's game on, man.
All right, sounds good. So you looking forward to any touring with anybody else yet, or just gonna keep doing your own thing?
Dude, honestly, no. Everything right now, everything is still headline.
All right.
Just within the financial budget and reason of reality, with playing 1,000 cap rooms where only 250 people, 300 people can be in. You just have to. You got to be smart about your plays and what you do with your finances. Can't dig yourself in a hole. So right now, everything we're doing is headlining the smaller cap rooms where we can keep people socially distanced, safe, and keep spreading some joy within our music.
Right. All right. Well, Randall, I appreciate you taking the time. Just good luck in 2021. I'll see you later.
Thank you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
I'm taking it as it comes.